Good morning. Can you hear me there at the jail?
Yes, ma'am.
All righty. It sounds like we fixed our audio problem. All right. Good morning, everyone. My name is Ruppe. I am the first appearance judge here in Hernando County. You were here this morning because you were arrested on a crime. What we're going to do this morning is go over some of your constitutional rights, and I'm going to determine today whether there's probable cause for your arrest. Probable cause only means that it's more likely than not that you committed the crime of which you've been arrested for. As you appear before me this morning, you are considered not guilty of what you've been charged with, and that status will remain with you through each stage of these procedures up until changed by the state attorney's office if they prove the case against you beyond and to the exclusion of every reasonable doubt. In all likelihood, you're arrested on a warrant or a new charge. Either way, you were given a bond pursuant to the bond schedule for the 5th Judicial Circuit. I will determine whether to keep that bond the same, whether to increase it, decrease it, or whether there are any other conditions of pre-trial release which will be imposed upon you. You are entitled to have an attorney representing you at each stage of these proceedings. If you cannot afford to hire one, I will appoint the public defender's office for you this morning. You are also entitled to make a phone call to let friends, family, or your counsel know where you are. If you haven't had that phone call yet, please let me know. I'll make sure you get that phone call today. Finally, and most importantly, you have the right to remain silent, and I encourage you to do so. These hearings are recorded, and there is an assistant state attorney in this courtroom writing down everything that you say. So anything you say about the facts of your case can and will be held against you in the prosecution of your case down the road. At this time, I'd like everyone to raise your right hand so I can place you under oath. Solemnly swear or affirm the testimony before the court will be the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth. Go ahead and put your hands down, and as I call your name, please come forward to the podium. Sonia Carlson. Ms. Carlson, can I have your date of birth?
2/8/72.
Alrighty. You are here this morning for leaving the scene. I'm sorry. A scheme to defraud. The bond is currently $5,000. I did find probable cause for your arrest, and it's a Pasco County case. So what's going to happen is Pasco County is going to come get you within the next 5 days if you don't bond out here. And when you get down there, you can ask for an attorney and a court date, okay? If for some reason you're unable to bond out and Pasco County doesn't come get you, they'll bring you back in front of me and we'll figure out what the holdup is on that. And I think we have another case here for you. Hold on one second. Got my paperwork all mixed up. Okay, it looks like you're also here for a grand theft. And that is here out of Hernando County. The bond on that is currently $2,000. I did find probable cause for your arrest on that. State, do we have a prior record?
Your Honor, all I'm showing are these two cases.
Okay. All right, Ms. Carlson, I have an address for you on Theodan Street in Serrano. Is that where you live?
Yes.
All right, how long have you lived there?
Over 20 years.
All right, do you have a job these days?
No, I don't.
Okay, but I'll go ahead and set your bond on this case at $500, and we're going to see you back to court on this case on June 18th at 8:30 in the morning. Do you want me to appoint the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes, please.
Okay, I'll appoint the public defender's office, and we'll see you back on June 18th, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Patricia Lima? Ms. Lima, can I have your date of birth?
6/12/59.
You are here for a failure to appear in front of Judge Hitzman back on April 10th for driving on a suspended driver's license. So I did find probable cause for your arrest.
It's actually a DUI, Your Honor.
What did I say?
You said driving while
I did? Okay, I'm sorry. Yes, a DUI. The bond is currently $2,000 on that. Bless you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the bond the same at $2,000, but I'm going to move up your court date to May 29th, so it'll be next week in front of me, and we'll see if we can get your case resolved on that date, okay?
Okay.
Alrighty. Natasha Yates? She's already got the public defender, right? Yeah, yes. So we'll just reappoint. Ms. Yates, can I have your date of birth?
3/14/80.
Alright. You are here today for a violation of probation. It looks like probation is recommending 180 days in order to resolve your case today. Is that something you want to go ahead and do?
No.
Okay. What we're going to do is hold you no bond at this time, and we'll see you back to court on June 15th at 9 a.m. Do you want me to appoint the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes, please.
Okay, we'll appoint the public defender's office and someone will reach out to you shortly, okay?
Well, they offered me 180 days to do time for the case.
For the violation of probation, yes, ma'am, to resolve your case.
Oh,
Okay, someone from the PD's office will be out to see you shortly.
thank you.
Alrighty. Thomas Berg. Mr. Berg, can I have your date of birth?
7/26/61.
Alrighty, you are here today for a trespass. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Is there a plea offer? Just, what's the prior record?
He has a shoplifting case out of Hernando in 2015, no disposition. Adjudicated guilty petty theft in 2015 out of Hernando. Guilty disposition, burglary of a structure in 2015 out of Hernando. Shoplifting out of Hernando in 2014, no disposition. Burglary and resisting in 2014, no disposition. Out of Hernando, trespass in 2014 and in Hernando, no disposition. Probation violation in Hernando 2014. Failure to appear in 2008 or 10 out of Pasco. Adjudication withheld. Fraud, insufficient funds, worthless check 2008 out of Hernando. DUI in 2007 out of Hernando. He's showing as a multi-source offender, Your Honor.
Okay.
I don't see the out-of-state history, though.
Alright. Mr. Berg, do you have an address?
No, homeless.
Okay. You've got some prior records, so you don't look so good on paper, but do you want to try to resolve your case today? Your bond right now is $500. Are you going to be able to bond out for $500?
No.
You want to try to resolve your case today?
Yeah.
Is the case of any state have any heartburn over like 30 days?
The state does not, Your Honor.
Okay.
If you wanted
You
to.
can resolve it now for 30 days. Hernando County Jail will give you credit for the 2 days that you will have in. You want to go ahead and do that?
I say that again?
We'll give you 30 days in jail. We'll give you credit for the 2 days that you have in, so that would leave 28. Do you want to go ahead and take that today? If not, I will appoint the public defender's office, and we'll see you back in a couple weeks.
Can I just say something about the charge?
No, you shouldn't say anything about the facts of your case.
Okay.
Are you from Massachusetts?
Yes.
I could tell because you said charge. Okay. No, I wouldn't say anything about the facts of your case. If you want to take the 30 days, you can go ahead and do that right now. If not, we can see you back in a couple weeks, and you can talk to the public defender about the charge.
Now I'll take the 28.
You want to go ahead and do that?
Yep.
Okay. Do you understand that by taking a plea on this case today, you're giving up your rights to go to trial?
Yep.
Giving up your right to confront witnesses against you, call witnesses on your own behalf, and you're giving up your right to have the state prove the case against you. Do you want to give up those
Yep.
rights in order to take care of this case today?
Yep.
Okay, with regard to the trespass charge, how do you plead? Complete no contest.
What charge?
It's a trespass charge.
Yeah.
Okay, plead no contest to that?
Well, this is what I want to explain.
Well, you can't
It is-
explain. So if you're going to plead not guilty,
It's a
you have
fact.
to come back another
It's a
day.
fact.
It doesn't matter. It's what you claim as a fact. So what we'll do is I will go ahead and enter a plea of not guilty for you at this time. I'll appoint the public defender's office, and we'll see you back in
Okay.
court on June 15th, okay?
Okay.
All right, keep it at $500. Cody Colburn?
That's all.
All right, Mr. Coburn, can I have your date of birth?
7/27/91.
All right, you are here today for a failure to appear in front of Judge Merritt back on April 5th. He wants you held no bond until you get back in front of him, so we're going to keep it no bond. We're going to set your date for June 12th at 9 a.m.
I was incarcerated whenever I got that over in Pasco.
Okay, all right, and that's something that your public defender, do you have a public defender on your case?
Not that I know.
Do you want one?
Yes, please.
Okay, we'll appoint the public defender's office. We'll get you back in front of Judge Merritt as soon as possible, and you'll be able to take care of your case, okay?
Do you know what date?
June 12th. Dallas Scarpati?
And, Your Honor, I did receive a message that Judge Scaglione would like him added for drug
5:31
court
on drug court at 2 o'clock?
tomorrow, actually.
Oh, tomorrow?
Yes.
Okay. What's that, 5:24?
Yes.
All right. All right, Mr. Scarpati, can I have your date of birth?
2/8/95.
All right. You are here today for a failure to appear on 6 cases. There's no bond on those. You're also here for oh gosh. Let's see, that was it, right? The 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cases, yes. So you are set to go to drug court, And we are going to get you back in front of Judge Scaglione for drug court tomorrow at 5/24, 2 p.m. And we're going to keep all the bonds at zero. Do I appoint the public defender first? Did you have a public defender?
I have a paid attorney.
Who do you have?
I got Jimmy Brown.
Okay. All right. Well, you got to get in touch with Jimmy Brown and let him know that you're going to be back in drug court tomorrow at 2 o'clock in front of Judge Scaglione, okay? We'll see
All right,
then.
thank you.
All right. All right, Ronald Domke. Good morning. Can I have your date of birth?
April 6, 1977.
Okay, you are here today for a violation of an injunction. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Do you want me to appoint the public defender's office to represent you?
Is there a way I can resolve it today?
I don't think so. State, is there an offer on this case
The
today?
state's not willing to resolve it today without having.
They need to contact the victim of this case first and find out what that they want to do. So, do you want me to appoint the public defender's office for you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Appoint the public defender's office. Is there a prior record?
He has a failure to appear from May 15th of this year out of Pasco on a felony warrant. The appears to be battery and cannabis charges. Probation violation out of Pasco 2014. Possession of cocaine adjudication in 2014 out of Pasco. Adjudicated guilty 2011 for oxycodone. Probation violation out of Pasco 2011. Forgery on banknotes, 2009, adjudication out of Pasco, adjudication withheld on battery out of Pasco, 2007. There's another battery in 2001 out of Newport Richey, no disposition. There is older history, but again, at this time, we want to talk with the victim.
Gotcha. All right. I do not have an address for you. Do you have an address?
I'm homeless temporarily.
Okay. And so, do you have a job?
I'm disabled.
Alrighty. We're going to set the bond at $2,000, and we're going to see you back to court on June 15th at 9 a.m., okay?
Yep.
Alrighty. Christopher Hallmark. Mr. Hallmark, can I have your date of birth?
7/8/88.
You are here today for driving on a suspended driver's license. I did find probable cause for your arrest. However, I only find probable cause for a misdemeanor. It looks like all of your reasons for suspensions are financial and pursuant to 322.3410A. I only find PC for a misdemeanor. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes, ma'am. Is there any way we can resolve this today?
I don't think so. Right now you're charged as a felony and the state wants to prosecute you as a felony.
That's a misdemeanor.
I said I only find probable cause for a misdemeanor. So I'm going to set the bond as if it was a misdemeanor, but the state right now, that just means they haven't given me what I needed in order to find PC for a felony this morning. But as of right now, they are still prosecuting as a felony until you hear differently.
All right.
So I'm going to set the bond as if it was a misdemeanor driving unsuspended, and I'm going to listen to your prior record first.
Your Honor, the prior record is very thick. If I could just read the summary, there's 20 felony charges, 18 misdemeanor charges, 13 unknown level charges, 9 failure to appears, 2 incarcerations, appears to have gotten out of DOC actually in March of this year. So 3 felony convictions, 6 of the misdemeanor convictions, 34 dispositions unknown. Again, it does appear he just got out of DOC 3/27/2018, and that was uttering forged bills. There's driving while license suspended cases, adjudicated guilty, appears to be an M1 here out of Hernando in 2017, numerous probation violations, vehicle grand theft probation violation 2017, failure to appear violation 2016 out of Pasco, failure to appear out of Hernando 2016, another failure to appear, criminal mischief dropped in 2016, appears at that point he was incarcerated again, and then there's more history, probation violations out of 2010, 2009, sorry, I just
No, it's okay.
the way the
That's
history's written, but
It's just the way the PC affidavit is written. I know they say that he has 2 priors, but that's not enough for the felony according to the statute. And they didn't put anything in there that he's got a prior enforceable felony in the PC affidavit. So,
and I do know based on looking at his record that it does appear that there
well,
may be
I heard you,
Yeah.
and I did hear his prior record, but that's not in the PC affidavit.
Okay.
So I'm going to set the bond at $1,000, and we're going to see you back to court on June 18th at 8:30 in the morning.
All right, thank you.
Was the public defender appointed?
Yes. William Harris?
Morning.
Good morning, sir. Can I have your date of birth?
2670.
Okay.
Okay. This is the one I don't have.
You are here for a violation of probation. There's no bond on that at this time, so we're going to keep that at no bond. And we're going to, do you want me to appoint the public defender's office for you?
Yes.
Appoint the public defender's office, and we're going to see you back to court on June 12th at 9 a.m. And that's in front of Judge Merritt, okay?
Thank you.
All right. Michael Harrell?
Morning.
Good morning. Can I have your date of birth?
10/22/76.
You are here today for a burglary of conveyance. I did find probable cause for your arrest, and it's based on a warrant signed by Judge Eineman on May 3rd. You're also here for aggravated assault on a law enforcement officer. The bond is currently $10,000. Grand theft auto, the bond is currently $2,000. And fleeing a police officer, the bond is currently $10,000. All of those also are based on a warrant. And then you're also here for a possession of methamphetamine and 5 counts of possession of paraphernalia. Right, so with regard to the burglary of a conveyance, bond is currently $5,000. The state have a prior record.
It does, Your Honor. I see a burglary of an unoccupied dwelling unarmed, adjudicated guilty in 2017, and that appears to be out of Lake County. Adjudication for grand theft, 300 or more, 2017. It's out of the 5th Circuit. I'm just not sure which county, Your Honor. A dropped battery in 2013. A simple assault dropped in 2013. Various drug charges, but it appears multiple counts were dropped in 2013. Criminal mischief 2013. Adjudicated guilty here in the 5th Circuit. That appears... He is showing as a multi-source offender, Your Honor. For the out-of-state history, I'm showing traffic offenses, conviction in 2016. I believe it's just license suspended.
Okay. All right, sir, I have an address for you on U.S. Highway 41 in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you lived there?
3 years.
Do you have a job?
Yes.
What kind of work do you do?
I drive semi-trucks.
Okay. All right, for the burglary of a conveyance, I'm going to set your bond at $10,000. We're going to appoint the public defender's office for you and see you back to court. See you back to court on June 18th at 8:30 in the morning. With regard to the aggravated assault on a law enforcement officer, grand theft auto, and fleeing and eluding a police officer, your bonds are going to be $20,000, $4,000, and $20,000. We're going to see you back to court again on June 18th at 8:30 in the morning. We also have you here for 1 count of methamphetamine and 5 counts of possession of paraphernalia. We're going to keep all of those bonds the same. It's $5,000 for count 1 and $1,000 each for the remaining counts. I'm going to see you back to court on the same date on June 18th at 8:30. Go point to the public defender's office in all of your cases. If you're unable to bond out, someone will come out and see you shortly, okay?
Thanks.
All right. Carlos Jackson. Mr. Jackson, can I have your date of birth?
8185.
Okay. You were here this morning because you have some issues going on in Virginia. Virginia wants to extradite you back up there, and you have two options here this morning. Your first option is that you can set an extradition hearing. We can set that hearing for 60 days out. At that hearing, Virginia would have to prove that they have a valid warrant for your arrest and that you are the correct person who is the subject of that warrant. If you want to waive your right to that hearing, then we can put Virginia on the clock this morning and give them 15 days to decide whether they're going to come and get you. Do you want to put Virginia on the clock right now?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, then go ahead and sign that paper.
I got one more question.
Yes, sir.
Now, I was placed on 3 years travel from the probation here Monday. So how does that go about?
You're placed on 3 years probation here in Hernando?
Yes,
Okay. When do you start probation?
I started Monday.
Oh, you already started it.
I've been in here. I ain't got released.
You haven't gotten released yet. Okay. So what's probably going to happen is, will they take him up to Virginia and then he'd have to come back and do his probation?
I think
That's what's going to happen. We got to take care of this Virginia thing first. Once that's taken care of, or maybe they decide not to come get you, I don't know. But once that's taken care of, then you start your probation here in Hernando. We got to figure out what's going on with Virginia first, okay?
Okay.
Alrighty, good luck. Jose Maldonado? Can I have your date of birth?
4/1992.
Okay, you were here today for a violation of probation. I did find probable cause. Do you want me to appoint the public defender's office?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll appoint the public defender's office, and we'll see you back to court on June 18th at 8:30 in the morning, okay? And that's
Yes,
no
ma'am.
bond, and we're going to keep that at no bond.
Yes, ma'am.
Todd Ripley?
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, can I have your date of birth?
9/11/68.
All right, you are here today for a violation of probation. So I did find probable cause for your arrest. Do you want me to appoint the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll appoint the public defender's office. There's no bond on that violation of probation at this point. We're going to keep that no bond, and we're going to see you back to court. I'm going to move it up a little bit to June 12th, okay? We'll see you back June 12th at 9 a.m.
Yes, ma'am.
All righty. Carlos Rodriguez?
Is there any way that I can reinstate that?
It's possible. It's possible. Your public defender will come out and speak to you shortly, and then we get with the judge and see if we're able to work something like that out, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Alrighty. All right. Can I have your date of birth?
3/20/81.
All right. You are here today for leaving the scene of an accident with injury or death. The bond is currently $5,000. And okay, I did find probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender's office?
Yes, ma'am.
Appoint the public defender's office. Do we have a prior record?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm showing a probation violation out of Pasco earlier this year. Adjudicated guilty for criminal mischief, possession of marijuana. 2017. There's also an adjudication for resisting an officer without violence, and an action was null prosecuted. Battery on an officer out of Hernando. Adjudicated guilty, domestic violence, battery, 2015. Multiple counts. Those are out of Hernando. A battery in 2008, out of Hernando, no disposition. Adjudicated guilty, driving while license suspended, 2004, out of Castleberry. Probation violation out of Orange County in 2003. Probation violation out of Hernando in 2002. Adjudication for DUI out of Pasco in 2002. Probation violation out of Hernando in 2001. An action was dropped in 2002 for false imprisonment out of Hernando. There are some older resisting and cannabis charges as well, Your Honor.
Okay. Sir, I have an address for you on U.S. Highway 41 in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you lived there?
For the past year.
Do you have a job?
Yes.
What kind of work do you do?
Sod work, sod replacement.
Okay. Can I Going to set the bond at $10,000, and we're going to see you back to court on June 18th at 8:30 in the morning, okay?
Okay.
All right. Andre McCannon. Good morning, sir. Can I have your date of birth?
9/10/99.
All right. You are here today for an assault charge. The bond is currently $500. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Do you want me to appoint the public defender's office?
Yes, ma'am.
Appoint the public defender's office to represent you. And I see he's got some other pending cases.
And it does appear that he does have a pending burglary. I'm showing from April.
Yeah.
And here in Hernando.
I was actually currently.
Okay, I know. Don't say anything, okay?
Guilty disposition in February of this year for criminal mischief. In that same case, also robbery by sudden snatching without a firearm. Those are here out of Hernando. And then he's got an extensive juvenile history.
Yeah.
And does appear to be a multi-source offender, but I don't have out-of-state history.
Okay. All right, so for this assault charge, is there an offer on that, or is this the basis of the VOP? Do we know?
I don't know, Your Honor.
Okay, because I'm sure this assault charge is back from like April 14th of this year, so.
And I don't have anything except the PC, so I wouldn't be able to.
I'm showing that the assault charge is from the warrant is April 14th, and that the pending charge in front of Judge Merritt, the offense date on that was April 21st, so it's not really an RCO issue. And I have a note that there's a violation of probation, but I don't know if that's pending or if he's not been arrested on that yet, or if that's, I'm not really sure. Does anyone know anything about that?
I don't know anything about that, Your Honor.
Okay. He hasn't been served that yet, okay. All right, what's going to happen? It looks like you're on probation for something, and I don't know when you were placed on probation. I don't have that in front of me, but these charges could be a violation of that probation. So what's going to happen is I'm going to set a bond for you on this case today, but it looks like there's going to be a violation of probation coming down the pike in the next few days, and if there is, that means you're going to get no bond on that. So you're not going to be able to bond once you get served with the violation of probation warrant, okay? So you could be, I'm just letting you know, because you could be wasting your financial resources on this bond and just get re-arrested on the BOP, but that's completely up to you.
I'll wait.
I'm sorry?
I said I'll just wait until I ain't got no time.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and set your bond on this case at $2,000. We're going to see you back to court on this case on June 12th at 1:15.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that right?
It's
It's a misdemeanor case. Why is he getting a... Oh, I see what happened. Okay, I'm sorry. It's going to be June 15th at 9 a.m.
Oh, here.
15th at 9 a.m. Look at the PD. All right. Dalton Rowe. Mr. Rowe, can I have your date of birth?
7/1990.
All right. You are here today for driving a suspended driver's license, third or subsequent offense, and leaving the scene of an accident with damage to property. I did find probable cause for count 2. I did not find probable cause for count 1. That only means that they did not give me what I needed to find probable cause this morning. That doesn't mean that they're not going to prosecute you for that. And actually, reading through the affidavit quite a few times, they say nothing in here about what his driver's license suspension at all. It's all about the leaving the scene of an accident. So once they get that information together, they're probably going to prosecute on that, but I don't have the information this morning. So do you want me to appoint the public defender for you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll appoint the public defender's office. And state the prior record?
Showing probation violation out of Hernando in 2016. Actually, multiple probation violations in 2016. Appears to be burglary charge from 2015 here out of Hernando, unarmed, unoccupied, guilty disposition, false statement to pawnbroker, guilty disposition in 2015, dealing in stolen property conviction in 2015. Those appear to be here out of Hernando. A grand theft charge was dropped in 2015, and a criminal mischief charge, property damage that I do not know the disposition, and I'm showing a single source offender.
All right. Mr. Dalton, I have an address here on Chisholm Street in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that in Brooksville or Spring Hill?
It's
That's
in Brooksville.
Okay. How long have you lived there?
My whole life.
Do you have a job?
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of work do you do?
I'm a supervisor of all the landscaping for all the courthouse and government centers in the county.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to ROR you on count 1. On count 2, your bond's going to be $1,000, and we're going to see you back to court on June 18th at 8:30 in the morning, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Jerry Weiner. Can I have your date of birth?
12/8/71.
All right, you are here this morning for a burglary and a grand theft. The bonds are currently $15,000 and $8,000. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Do you want me to appoint the public defender's office for you?
Yes.
I'll appoint the public defender's office. State.
Appears to be a open case in Pasco from 2017, controlled substance without prescription. Again, no disposition. Guilty disposition, burglary of a structure, 2016 out of Hernando. Guilty disposition, dealing in stolen property, 2016 out of Pasco. Guilty disposition, introduction of contraband, in 2016, along with possession of meth and drug paraphernalia out of Pasco. Guilty disposition, possession of paraphernalia, 2005 out of Pasco. Driving on license suspended, 2005 Groveland. An action was dropped in 2000 for failure to appear. Appears to be some older probation violations, older resisting without violence, petty theft larceny charges. I'm not showing disposition.
Okay. All right, sir, I have an address here on Bassinger Street in Dade City. Is that where you live?
I don't have no address now.
You don't have any address?
Yeah, I've been locked up 9 months.
Okay, well, I have this paperwork signed by you yesterday indicating your address is 3972 Bassinger Street in Dade City. You didn't write that?
That was emergency contact.
Oh, that's emergency contact. Okay. Do you have a job?
No, Your Honor, I've been locked up 9 months.
Already. Well, it looks like Judge Ironman already bumped up the bond. The scheduled bond was $5,000 and $2,000. He bumped it up to $15,000 and $8,000. So I'm just going to leave it at the $15,000 and $8,000. I'm going to see you back to court on June 18th at 8:30 in the morning. Okay?
Yes.
Zachary Wiggins. Mr. Wiggins, can I have your date of birth?
December 6th, 90.
You're here for a violation of probation, so I did find probable cause for your arrest. There's no bond on that violation of probation. We're going to keep it no bond. And do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll appoint the public defender's office, and we'll see you back to court on June 12th at 9 a.m., okay?
Okay.
All right. Did we get everyone at the jail? Who do we have left?
Jeremy.
Oh. I don't know what happened with that PC affidavit. Jeremy Tierney.
Violation.
I don't have it. Can you go get it off my desk? Okay, Mr. Tierney, what's your date of birth?
12/12/87.
Brian.
12/12/87? All right. You're here this morning for a kidnapping, a battery, a failure to appear, a probation violation, and a petty theft. It looks like there's no bond on the violation of probation, $2,000 on the failure to appear, $500 on the petty theft, and no bond on the kidnapping and domestic battery. Okay, so I did find probable cause for your arrest on each of these. Do you want me to appoint the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll appoint the public defender's office. State the prior record.
Yes, Your Honor. Appears to have an open case from March 15th of this year in Pasco for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon without intent to kill, battery by strangulation, domestic violence, drugs, and fleeing to elude. a guilty disposition in 2017 for petty theft, second offense on a Pasco, guilty disposition resisting an officer without violence, and petty theft, second degree. Those are from Pasco County. Probation violation out of Pasco County 2015, adjudication petty theft 2015. Out of Pasco, adjudicated guilty 2013 for false verification of ownership to pawnbroker, multiple counts, and that's out of Pasco. Appears to be probation violation out of Pasco in 2013, probation violation out of Pasco in 2012. A burglary adjudication in 2011 out of Pasco. Disorderly conduct adjudication withheld in 2010, and that stemmed from a battery, also out of Pasco. He is showing as a, I believe it said multi-source, but I don't appear to have the out-of-state history at hand, Your Honor. And I do know probation's recommendation on the misdemeanor violation of probation is 30 days. So if he wanted to resolve those misdemeanor cases, the state would do 30 days on 2017 MM 2630 and 2018 MM 985 if he wanted to resolve those.
Okay. Well, I've appointed the public defender on each of these cases. Are you okay with him taking a plea, knowing that there's a Bob out there? Do you know?
Well,
The Bob's part of the plea.
the plea is
Okay.
the part,
Okay.
yeah. Probation's
So
recommendation
okay,
on
so
the
30
Bob is
days.
through the 30 days.
All right. If you wanted to resolve your misdemeanor cases, it'd be 30 days from Hernando County Jail. Do you want to resolve them today?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Do you understand that by taking a plea on this case, you're giving up a right to go to trial?
Yes, ma'am.
Do the petty. Okay, this is on the petty theft case number 18MM985, is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
And I would just need to reserve on restitution.
And that's
Just
is that the violation of probation?
No, the
No,
violation
the charge.
the violation of probation is 2017 MM 2630.
Okay, gotcha.
What's 18?
All right, so for this petty theft charge, how do you plead? Complete no contest.
I don't know what that one is.
No contest.
I'll accept your plea of no contest. I find it's freely and voluntarily entered. I adjudicate you guilty. I sentence you to 30 days in the Hernando County Jail. I'll give you credit for the 2 days that you have in. When you get out, you're going to have fines and court costs in the amount of $620. And we won't do the cost of incarceration because he's going to remain in custody and probably be ordered to pay out another case. So we'll just do an adjudication in 30 days. And then we have a violation of probation here in 2017-2630. Do you want to take care of that case today?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, do you understand that by admitting that you violated your probation, you're giving up right to have a hearing on the matter?
Yes, ma'am.
You're giving up right to confront witnesses at that hearing? You're giving
Yes,
up right to
ma'am.
call your own witnesses at that hearing, and you're giving up right to have the state prove that you violated your probation. You want to give up those rights in order to take care of this case today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. With regard to the violation of probation on this petty theft charge, how do you plead? Do you admit that you violated your probation?
Yes, ma'am.
I accept your admission. I find it's freely and voluntarily entered. Adjudicate you guilty, revoke and terminate your probation, and sentence you to 30 days in the Hernando County Jail. Give you credit for the 2 days that you have in. You have $50 cost of prosecution, and the public defender be assessed against you. Okay?
And Your Honor,
Yes, ma'am.
on 2018 MM 985, the petty theft less than $100, the state would just ask for reserve.
Okay,
on
we'll
restitution,
reserve
just to
restitution
make sure.
for 60 days. Okay.
Sorry. Yeah, two papers. Which one, you referenced 214 and 95.
I don't have two.
I have 985.
Just 985. That's the only one we have today. There might be other ones out there. But... Okay, that should do it. Thank you.
Do I have a court date? When is my court date?
Oh.
Yeah, you have a court date coming up on your felony cases on June 18th at 8:30 in the morning, okay?
Alright. Thanks.
Oh, I didn't set the bond.
What was-
2000.